Alright, welcome back. This is the continuation of the first part. I'm going to be loading in a minute. We're playing on Lineth. Not a popular server, a couple content creators on it, but should be decently good. Going to be continuing the rogue gameplay where we left off. Just gonna change the quality. Notice that the quality was a little bit low. Gonna turn that up for you guys. Let that render in for a second. We're going to be doing a couple things today. We're going to be getting a couple levels, finishing up some of the starting quests. Should be around level 6ish, maybe 7 by the time we're done. I'll share some new things I learned, different methods, certain combinations that we're going to be doing with the skills that we unlock to help get some group clearing, not just single targets. The rogue does have really nice group clearing also. We're just waiting on the shaders to compile. We should be all set. Alright, now that we are in... Ooh, is there some graphical errors up there? Anyway, so we're going to be heading to that resident area. That's where we're going to be going. Then we're going to be working our way over to the Mirrorleft town, exploring some of the different kinds of POIs along the way. Most likely going to be farming up the gem spring, some elites. So we're just gonna continue. Flurry, which is probably one of the best starting skills that we have right now. And you want to kill 6 to 7 of those guys. That would be the level 2. You only need 5 for the quest though, but that gives you level 2 and then 6 for your weapons. After that, we'll keep on to the next quest line. If you look at the bottom right, you do have something called Destiny Rewards. I'll show those later on. Basically, there's different things that you can do in the game. They give you kind of like an intro gear item towards money, different things like that. One of them is to equip this necklace that we just got, so I'm going to pop that on real quick. One of them's also to do the ration, so I have to pick up the cheese. quest. Gonna open up our inventory. We do have a new mount. I'm gonna put that on the bottom right. Add that to the hat bar. We do have a destiny mission to summon them up, so I'm just gonna summon it real quick, dismiss it, and move on. Make sure to talk to this dude first for the quest. Don't interact with the shrine. This quest is just getting you interactive with the Ember Springs so you know how they work. After you talk to him the first time, interact with the shrine, then you're going to go back up to the normal guy again. A little bit back and forth with the questing right now. And if you guys don't know, you can actually just hit F when talk to him. That brings up the initial conversation, and you can just keep clicking F and we'll go through the options. Alright, we're gonna run this way so it doesn't really pop up on the mini map that all that well. The Kyle we're gonna another quest with. She gives it like, I think it was like 5,000 XP. Yep, this lady right here. Just gonna want you to find some proof of unrest. So now we got those 2 quests. We're gonna go over here to the one that's highlighted with the one on the mini map. Talk to this person in here. And then we're gonna go look for the dead drop, find proof of unrest, continue going like that. Get some of my mounts so we can get there a little bit quicker. Now both these quests are in the same area, as you can. Ooh, a little bit of stutter. But, so the first quest is just going to be up here on the right, inside this building, clearly marked. The second one has 2 locations, so you can see the second one has a 2 on the minimap. There's another location which is an optional area, so we don't have to go to it if we don't want to. But you can interact with those chests. That gives you the first one. And then you actually need to kill, or not kill, but defeat some of these guys over here. So, you got hooded strangers, mercenaries, but we're just going to go with the combat, fight with them. That's a new flurry skill. Basically, you just got to keep killing and beating these guys until they drop a pamphlet, which is for the second quest. And then once those done, it gives you a nice little bump in XP. And then you can go back, turn them both in, and continue the quest line. So this takes me a little bit. I'm just gonna say it takes a little bit. Sometimes I get it and it's like the first person. Sometimes I'm here for about a full level. Sometimes a little bit longer. But it's gonna be a green drop that drops from these guys. I'm trying to go behind this tent real quick to get the stealth so I can get the free advantage stack. That's 73 at level 2. That's really solid damage, and I'll show you guys different ways to keep that up as we get some leveled up. I'm trying to get in these trees to get stealth. It doesn't seem to be working. Stealth mechanics a bit weird. Supposedly, like if anything looking out, it doesn't want to proc. And as you can tell, that one was only 49. It was a crit, but unfortunately, it was not a backstab. stab, which is how you get that extra bump in damage. Got a free ring. Oh, that's always nice. We're going the heavy set in these crit chests. I'm going heavy just to start off with because it gives you like 15%, 20% increase in physical defense. And solo, the actual defense is more worthwhile than the power in the beginning. Just once we get enough fizz power, we can pretty much just do a boatload of damage with our weapon combos. Cheese, add in some skill points for our weapons. And then this is the Destiny board that I was talking about. So you can just get a bunch of different quests in here. You can bring this up by pressing the L button. It's reach certain levels, block enemies, weapon finishers, combats, all different kinds of stuff. So the 4 that are locked, you don't get until level 5. But they do different rewards, XP, glint, item chest. Relatively really useful items for the first 10 levels. And then it kind of stops after that. There's nothing really after the level 10 stuff. Alright, so that do drop the conflict, so I'm just going to run back and drop off the 2 quests. Alright, so we got our second one. We're going to put it on. I think I take it. Yeah, I take it off. We'll go back to Throw's good. It's one of our intro abilities to get ready to do AoEs. Basically, you throw a knife and it bounces and ricochets between multiple enemies. There's a skill node that we can take along to go with it, which makes it hit multiple enemies and do increased damage. Also really nice. We're going to turn in that pamphlet quest. Look at that. 2 dim glint, 7 dull glint. Real nice to start off with. Then accept this quest. So I'm actually doing a voiceover on this video. I was playing this about, as you can tell, 2:30 in the morning. Got back from work at 1, and I didn't want to wake everybody up in that household, so I recorded the video. I'm just doing a voiceover for it. This may change in some of the other ones. If the video is at a later night, I'll probably also do voiceovers again for it. It's gonna be a bit tossed back and forth. We'll do some live action ones and so as you can tell right here, I'm opening all those chests that we get. We're getting heavy armor sets, we're getting them, getting nice, getting beefy. I actually end up walking past the quest dude, and I'm in like autopilot mode, just going to the next zone for the quest without picking up the quest. So unfortunately, I get up there, realize what I did, and end up having to run back down, grab the quest, run back up over again. So a little bit misplay on my thing, but you know, that's part of the game. Learning things, doing as we go. Let's take this time to ask some questions. If you guys are watching this, leave a comment. What kind of size videos you guys like? 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Do you want hours? Do you want more edits? Do you want a bit more raw, showcasing kind of like the full thing, and I can do speed runs of it? Not exactly speed runs, but like time lapses of it, so like it shows it in faster movement speeds, whatever showcasing it. So like I may shrink down an hour-long video, condense it down to 15 minutes where it's all fast forwarded, a little bit of music overplay, something along those lines. Just see how we go. And then this is the part where I realize I didn't select the correct request for the quest line. Yep. Trying to interact with this Orn. This is where the quest line eventually goes. I'll find out, drop down, hit that little thing to negate the fall damage, helps you out a little bit faster. I'm going to take a left again, going down this mountain ridge. I'm trying to hide behind here to just go and stealth real quick to drop the aggro. Ain't exactly working. Gonna drop down. We're gonna aim for this building. Take a little bit. Drop down again and again. Here we go. Other thing, I don't know how the audio is for you guys. I don't know if you need it slightly louder. These are some of my first editing videos, so I'm still learning them a bit. But now that we talked to that dude, we got the quest, talk to these dudes, find things, find some evidence, talk with that, bring it back. But yeah, I'm still editing. Do you need the in-game volume? Do you want me to change it? I'm getting a bit more crispy. Other things, how my voice is in these videos. Do you need them louder, softer, a bit quieter? So let me know how you guys think it sounds in the video so far. Because me, while I'm editing these, they sound good enough for me, but I know preference is a bit different. I believe I'm considered slightly hard of hearing, so my videos probably tend to be a bit louder than they need to be. So any input or advice would be incredibly helpful as we move along this journey. I'm gonna get some stealth, backstab these dudes. Interact. I'm just gonna run back to the dude again. So this one's the climb. This is the one that I was trying to go to in the beginning for all the way up at the top of the castle. Now that's where we're going. Correctly this time. Got some more chests, breastplates, always good. Shoulders. So I'm tossing the old gear because you can't actually sell them worth 0 copper. There's no point in holding them on, so I'm just tossing them outside the inventory, which destroys the crashes flow. Do that with all of, not all of our old, but all of our old starting gear, because they aren't worth any value. There's no point in holding them or selling them. Anything like that. Back along that thing, what kind of videos you guys like. So I was debating if we'll do like a kind of like a montage or an overview of what I did over the course of the week. I play in the mornings on the days that I got work, because I usually work 4 to midnight, so I do like a kind of like a graveyard shift, but not truly graveyard because it's not full overnight. So like I can record some of my montages in the mornings of every single day, so like having day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, showcase it all together, edit it, group it up together, show you that in like one-time things, and release one video, or I could do some of these smaller ones more consistently, more frequently, a little bit less edited, more raw gameplays for toss-up. So like I said, if you guys like longer videos, I can always do longer videos. I'm just looking at my thing. I didn't know that you get a noisy effect when running. It's kind of funny. But yeah, we're just gonna summon our mount, go down the side of this cliff. So the mounts are currently bugged. When they take damage, they have X amount of health points or whatever, depending on the mount. But they are supposed to be able to regenerate health. That currently does seem to be bugged, so my mount's gonna be low on HP until I can find a way to heal it, or have somebody heal it for me, like a cleric or a summoner, somebody along those lines, bard. And if your mountain does end up getting defeated and it loses all of its health, it goes on a 10-minute timer, which is one of the worst experiences you could deal with in this game, because then you're stuck around running and walking for 10 minutes. Yeah, as you see, the hello my horses, a little bit of body blockage right there with the other level. But we're gonna take this quest. We're gonna go up to basically the first starting abode. They introduce a lot of the crafting aspects and other things. Go in these scrolls of constitution. Constitution's nice. These scrolls give a decent amount of constitution, and constitution translates to HP in kind of an interesting way. I think it's like 3 or 4 points of health per point of constitution. So they're better than the healing cells. Healing cells are incredibly easy to make. We can always make those, especially now that we're getting the new thing. So I just respec a little bit. We have the acrobatics. So if enemies looking at me, we do a flip over them, stunning them, and it gives us a point of advantage, which allows us to use it with a backstab, guaranteeing a backstab hit because they're stuck looking forward in the other direction. The other aspect is we now have the throw, which causes bleed upon hitting an enemy. Also really good. We got rid of flurry and we went with lacerate, which causes bleed, but if the target's bleeding, it causes hemorrhaging, which is a stronger version of bleed, hits faster, hits harder. So what we're gonna end up doing is pretty much you throw, grab the attention, you're gonna hit them with a acrobat, flip over them when they get close enough to you, hit them with a backstab lacerate, so they should have the bleed. You're gonna flip over them, hit them with a backstab for the increased damage, and then you're gonna lacerate them. And what this is going to do is hit them with a bleed and a hemorrhage, so they're gonna have a bunch of damage over time effects. They're gonna get hit really hard with your backstab, and they should die relatively quickly. That's our initial combo. And then there's, as we go, we can get ways to make it AoE with these exact same abilities depending on how we use our advantage skills. So I'm gonna just talk to the clerk real quick. We use him for one of the Destiny quests. Just wants you to talk to the cleric. I'm gonna condense all my glints so we can sell it. Equip all of our free tools. And then toss all of our old ones. Some people say keep it, some people say toss it, but it's like 35 points, and the green ones like gives you 140, and depending on how you're doing it, that's more than enough by the time you fill up and need to go back. So now we're just gonna sell everything. And then I would recommend keeping the essences, but I'm gonna just get rid of mine because I don't have a current use for it. I wanted bags. Now if you click on the bag icon, you can actually swap them out depending. So I picked up 1 herbalism and 2 mining, which are the main points that I'm trying to go into. So at this point in time, if we did a little bit more grinding at some of the other locations, we'd be level 5, getting ready to do some of these quest lines, like get some flowers and stuff. So we'd be getting points towards our destiny board for gathering. So I'm just gonna harvest these white flowers over here, so we can move along our quest for harvesting any flowers. So we've got 3 snowdrop there. Got another 3 snowdrop. I'm just gonna calm them out. I think I started heading off in the wrong direction here. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be going over there. So this is where I noticed I went the wrong way by accident. So we need draw tine wax. So I'm just gonna look at draw tine wax. You click it, and then at the bottom it says add quantity. We can click on that also. Type in the amount we need. So we need 5. Buy those. Purchase those. We also need some weight universal strap sets. So if you actually cancel the search bar, at the bottom of the pack rates menu, if you right click it, it just adds it directly to the purchase menu at a one-time value. So I'm just looking wrong crafting bench. So coarse thread. I'm gonna pump this up to 5, add in the thing, shift right clicking it, selects everything in that unit, That's a 2-minute timer. So what we're gonna end up doing is selling the stuff. Gonna move this down. And just to be busy during this 2 minutes, I'm just gonna run off to the side over here and harvest a couple more flowers just to get some extra lint and coins in. So you could do these white flowers or the yellow flowers. The yellow flowers are daffodil, and currently the daffodil flowers are more worthwhile because you can make daffodil bolts, which is usually a apprentice level item. So it takes apprentice level workstations, but it takes daffodil threads, it takes boards. You use the boards and stuff to make bolts, and those are used for crafting recipes, which once we get to some higher levels, like level 10-ish, should be the case. The next video should be pretty much just all leveling, so it's going to be a bit more action-packed. I may just condense it a bit, showcasing the whole case. Otherwise, yeah. So, I'm walking around, I'm like, that should be roughly 2 minutes or whatever. So we're going to go back up here real quick. Got some snowdrops, daffodils. Unfortunately, no quality. We're just gonna sell them. We got a little bit of time left. I'm just gonna wait out the time. The threads are done, so we're gonna claim those. I'm gonna click on simple rucksack down here and make these real quick. That should only take a second. Good, we're done with that. We're gonna go turn this quest in, and then there's pretty much just one quest line left, which is explaining the crate system, which I feel like can be fleshed out a little bit more because it's not true. Basically, it has you go pick up a crate, take that crate, bring it back to another area, which is exactly how the crates work. Because you can load up the crates with different resources, different things, so they give you different values, different amounts. But so we're just gonna go to the next area for the quest. Trying to make this jump because if you can get this jump, it's a nice easy shortcut. I think I failed it a couple times and I just give up. So we're going to talk to this person. And this is the crate system. So it's going to have us go over here, pick up this crate. And now, when you have a crate on, you move incredibly slow unless you have a mule, which is a special design mount to carry the crates. So your normal mount that you get, the horse, does not work well. So your best bet is actually to roll. Provide you the most distance. Sure, you got the stamina, so you just wait for that to fill back up again, but then just kind of roll on without the mule. And so when we're coming back over here, we actually don't turn the crate into the dude. We turn the crate into this scaffold, wooden scaffolding on the side, which is to show that this building is under construction. So we turn that in, and then we talk to the person. So he does give us some blueprints, and as you can see, we've kind of collected a bunch of chests. So I'm just going to move some items around, make sure we got the correct ones. So what we're looking for here is we want the wayward longbow, which is the best weapon to get until we're level 10. So we're going to learn that, keep an eye out for some of the resources to craft it. This one is just potions, so we get one of each, the arcane and the might. The next one, we're looking for the wayward sword, because they don't offer a spear. Strength, constitution, fizz speed, also one of the best weapons to level 10. And then we're just going to take the might potion. And that should wrap us up for this video. Like I said, so we got some different things in here, so we're just going to go to the artisan real quick, go into the crafting trees, look up these items, and in the bottom left of the item name tabs on the right hand side, there's actually a track recipe button. So we're just going to track those so we just know what kind of resources we need, what to keep an out for, because we are going to do some level grinding, but definitely getting these weapons is very, very important. These are very solid weapons, probably for a long amount of time. And like they said, they ain't the craziest things to find. Probably the most expensive part of it is the metal, but and then Riverland Essence is essentially just a toss-up. Like, you can get it from killing and defeating pretty much anything down here, but it's just our chance to get it. So now that those are favorited, that's going to end it, and that's our little side goal, and then we're going to be doing